beast has come among us.
Terrible things, Lawrence. You've done terrible things.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2010 horror film The Wolfman. The film is directed by Joe Johnston and it stars Benicio del Toro, Anthony Hopkins, Emily Blunt and Hugo Weaving. Now, this film is a remake or a retelling of the classic Wolfman film. And I put a poll up recently on the channel a few days ago asking which first-time watch film do you want me to review next, and this is the one that came out on top. So I'd never seen this one before. It's a film that I'd always had a bit of an interest in seeing, but when it came out, I remember it didn't get particularly good reviews. It's not a film that anybody particularly enjoyed, and you could probably say it was a flop, I suppose. So, you know, you're not in no rush to see films like that, are you? But after checking this film out, the film focuses on Benicio del Toro's character, Lawrence Talbot. He is an American actor over in the UK. His brother has recently been murdered, and his brother's bride-to-be, played by Emily Blunt, goes looking for Lawrence to ask for his help, because at that point the brother's still missing. He decides to return home to the family estate, which is run by his father, John Talbot, played by Anthony Hopkins. His brother then turns up dead with some savage injuries, and it is... locals kind of say there's like a werewolf on the loose killing people, which obviously Lawrence doesn't believe. However, he soon does believe this when he comes face to face with the creature itself. He is bitten and then becomes cursed by the werewolf's bite and destined to become a werewolf himself. Right. What are my thoughts on the Wolfman? Well, the first thing I do want to say is I'm a little bit baffled why this film is so poorly rated, I suppose. Other than, you know, a bit of dodgy CGI, and, you know, it is woefully predictable, I suppose. I really found this quite entertaining. I thought it was well made. I thought the performances were excellent. Especially Anthony Hopkins, who loves roles like this. He just revels in, these mysterious roles that, villainous roles. He just nails it. He's great. And Benicio del Toro, I thought, going into the film, I wasn't sure I was going to take to him because while I do think he's a talented actor, I've never seen him as like, the lead or the heroic type or anything like that. But very good performance by him, a very layered and complex performance by him, because he's torn, if you like, because and this is something I wasn't sure the film was going to do. When the werewolf's on screen, are they going to tame the beast sort of thing and give us a tamed down version of the Wolfman? But God no, this wolf, you see two different versions of a werewolf on screen, and they're both vicious bastards. I mean, tearing people to shreds, ripping limbs off, bodies left, right and centre, absolutely doesn't care who it takes out, the wolf. So I thought that part of the film was done very, very well, in the sense of when he's the beast, he is the beast, and he has no control whatsoever about who he takes out. He's got that killer instinct and that hunger when he turns into the wolf, and bodies go flying, believe you me. And I was pleased about that. And the film, I don't think, held back on the viciousness of the creature or creatures that we see in the film. I thought the makeup was excellently done. I think the only thing that I thought I didn't particularly like in regards to how the creature looked was there was, let's say, some dodgy CGI scenes during the transformation, especially, and a couple of other bits and pieces that just didn't enhance the scenes or anything like that. It just made it look silly and fake. But while as the Beast, I mean, it just looked fantastic, I thought. And Rick Baker, who did the effects, got another Academy Award as well for his work on this film, which was his second Academy Award for doing a werewolf film, because he also did An American Werewolf in London. So, I always expected it to be a bit of a CGI mess. Maybe that was why people didn't like it. Or it was a tame film. That's maybe why people didn't like it. But no, I thought the effects were good. And I thought the violence and the brutality of the werewolf in the film was good. And I think, like I said, the only thing really is the predictability of the film. And you could also argue the love story for Benicio del Toro's character Lawrence between himself and Emily Blunt. Now, while I don't think either of them were poor in their performances with each other, I just didn't buy the spark, if you like. Or the chemistry, and maybe there was a little bit of lacking of chemistry between them. And then we've got Hugo Weaving that plays Aberline, Detective Aberline, who, famously was the detective put on the Jack the Ripper case, and he plays like the copper involved trying to track down the killers, and he does a pretty decent job as well in the film, even though he's not in it a huge amount. Hugo Weaving. So I have to say I was pleasantly surprised with this one. Is it hugely frightening? No. It's not what you would call, terrifying or anything like that, but I thought the horror aspects of the film were more entertaining than scary. But I thought it had this real atmospheric, gothic feel about the film. It was oozing with atmosphere, and some of the production design and stuff was, out of this world. I think there's a lot of effort gone into this film, and probably there was a large amount of disappointment when this wasn't particularly well received. Put it this way: when you compare this to some of the recent attempts to remake like classic movies from back in the day, this for me is probably right up there for the best remakes that I've certainly seen. It's certainly when you compare it to like Tom Cruise's The Mummy, which I thought was appallingly poor. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I had a good time with it. I'm pleased I've seen this now. I will probably look to add this to my Blu-ray collection, because I suspect this is a film that my wife would probably enjoy watching, so I'll probably get it on Blu-ray and we can watch it together. So yeah, I really enjoyed this for a first time watch, guys. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this film. Do you think it deserves a low score, or do you think this film is better than it's given credit for? So thanks for joining me. I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.